Now you're talking about SaaS companies, and generally you got a founder that gets it going, and then they're the number one salesperson, and then the Peter principle kicks in, and they need help. How does a SaaS company build itself from the ground up? What is some of the things that you see? Like, what's the scenario?
That should happen. So here's the first
Yeah.
thing. As I'm an economist by training. So I did my graduate work in international political economy. So when I talk to engineers, I get it. They tend not to be extroverts. They tend to see everything as a process. And when they see sales, they think it is somehow outside this process that they use for everything else. They think it's this magical, mythical thing that happens in a black box. So stuff gets dropped in the top and stuff comes out the bottom, and no one knows what happens in the middle, right? And that makes them anxious and nervous and uncomfortable because they're not used to things being a mystery, right? Engineering is not a mystery. And so, and even if you're talking about people who are doing other kinds of things, they come up against the same thing. So the first thing and the most obvious is this is a process like anything else. There's a process, and certain standards and certain metrics need to be set up in place before you start hiring salespeople and making up a sales process and doing nonsense, right? So the very first thing is what are the parameters that these people are going to work in? Who's my ideal customer? Who don't we want to work with? Where are we positioned in the marketplace? What's our value proposition? Who are our buyers? What's the language we use to talk to each of those buyers that's relevant to them? Before you do anything else, you have to begin to know the answers to those things, because those are the parameters that they work within. And then you build the process. We do this step first. We make sure this happens, then this happens, and this happens, and it happens. Because now I can track it. I can see, just like I can see to-do lists for my engineers. I can watch and track the progress. So this is the power of the CRM, but only if it's set up properly.